We often miss opportunities because they're dressed in overalls and look like work, and yet absolutely nothing worth having comes easy. And as always, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Not working hard causes us to miss many opportunities, whether that be in your personal life or your career. It's just a fact of nature that when you're not working hard, when you're allowing yourself to be lazy, we often miss many opportunities. As an example, one of my habits and part of my routine is going to the gym. Now, what is that? Is it always fun? No. Quite frankly, it sucks most of the time. But it's that pushing through the pain, it's that working hard and doing it anyways, even though it's not exactly fun 100% of the time. That's what makes it worth it, because, okay, so what do I get out of it? I go, and for like an hour to an hour and a half, I'm kind of hating life, but what do I get out of that? I get to be in better shape, I get to feel better, and I get to be healthier. If I didn't do that, and if I decided, you know what, I don't feel like it today, or you know what, that's just too much work, I'm going to go do something that's more fun, that's more relaxing, and that doesn't cause me to sweat my tail off, then it's like, okay, well, in the short term, that would be all fine and dandy. But in the long term, what would I be doing? I would be missing an opportunity to be in better shape, to feel better, and to be healthier. So you kind of have to weigh out both sides, because otherwise you're going to be, in the short run, when you can only look so far, when you only look like a week or two ahead, then being lazy is kind of the better option. But when you start looking long term, and when you start really calculating what opportunities are going to be there and what you're going to have the chance to do, it will hands down always be the better thing to do, to work hard, put in that extra work, go the extra mile, and as we like to say at the gym, embrace the suck, because that will provide you with additional opportunities that you never thought you otherwise would have been able to have. So not working hard causes us to miss opportunities. Not working hard also, going right along that same train of thought, allows us to not have things that are worth having. So, as the old adage goes, nothing worth having comes easy. That's because everything that's worth it, everything that's worth having, is thereby worth putting in the work to get it. And hard work will, yes, grant us these things, but at the same time, it also makes us more appreciative, because if someone were to just to walk up to you randomly and hand you a $50,000 car, you would almost view that as the car is expendable. You can drive it wherever you want, doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter what goes wrong with it, because you didn't pay for the car. However, if you worked for years, if you saved up your money, and if you finally got to buy this expensive car, that would be a far different story, because you then put in the time and the effort and the resources in order to get it. Yes, it's worth having, and you had to work for it, which thereby makes you appreciative of it, and it's not going to make you take it, and it's going to prevent you from taking it for granted, because you're going to, every time you're put in a situation where you might be able to do something like drive fast and be irrational, and possibly put yourself in risk of doing damage to either the car or yourself, you are going to immediately stop and think of all of the hours and all of the extra work you had to do in order to put yourself in the position where you were able to buy the car. Whereas if somebody just hands it to you, and if somebody just says, well, here's the keys, go have fun, then when you're put in that situation, you're going to go do the fun thing, and you're not going to think about how much work was put in to make it, or how much work was put in to obtain it, because you weren't the one who did it. You weren't the one who put in the work and who had to go get it. So nothing worth having comes easy. If you want something worth it, you're going to have to work for it. And quite frankly, by this point in time, I am about 100% positive that every single millennial has stopped watching this, but quite frankly, I don't care, so let's just keep rolling to number 3. Alright, this one's my personal favorite, and that is another old adage: hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. All of us have just natural God-given abilities. All of us are able to do things that other people cannot, solely just by the gifts, just the natural abilities that we have. However, there are going to be certain areas where we need to improve, and where we need to put in the work, and where we just need to get better, because it will benefit us, whether it be in personal life, career, or anything. So there's always going to be people, whatever it is you're trying to get better at, there's always going to be people who can just basically do it without trying. Of course that's frustrating because you're having to break your back to do it. However, when people who are just solely talented sit around on the couch all day eating potato chips and do nothing, and if somebody else is getting up early, putting in the extra hours, putting in the work, going through the daily grind, then they will eventually, might not happen right away, but they will eventually eclipse the person who is sitting on their butt all day. Because when you work hard at something, and when you strive and drive to get to the goal that you want, to get to that finish line, then you will inevitably end up being better and better off than the person who doesn't, and the person who solely just relies on talent. And if you are trying to get better at something that you're already gifted at, that you're already talented at, then putting in the extra work is only going to double the benefits and even make that reward that much sweeter and that much better, because you're going to have the hard work on top of the foundation that is the talent. So whenever given the opportunity, the moral of the story is always work hard. Good things come to those who bust their butt for them, and it's never fun in the short term. It almost always sucks. However, in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, the people who end up being successful are the ones who are willing to put in the extra work, to go the extra mile, and to just flat out get stuff done. So no matter how talented you are, always remember to put in the work, because you will definitely reap the reward in the long run. So this has been another episode of The West Ride, and as always, I'll see you next time.